All right, welcome back to Wmma Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with some special news. So, Deepjewels, the Japanese all-women's mixed martial arts promotion, has set their 40th numbered event. Deepjewels 40 is going to go down on February 18th at the Shinjuku Face venue in Tokyo. That's in Shinjuku district, if you're not familiar with it. All the fights set so far are 5 minutes by 2 rounds, so 2 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. So no championship fights here, and it's announced the return of Rin Nakai. So if you are a big fan of Rin Nakai, then you should be very excited for this. Um, News of this event actually came out like 2 weeks ago, and then they announced Rin Nakai earlier this week. And I wasn't really too excited about the event until that they announced Nakai, because while I'm not personally a big fan of hers, she is like truly headline worthy. And I was waiting to see if they were going to announce like a bigger fight. So we've got 9 fights, 9 pro fights scheduled for this event. So let's get down into it. We'll start. Now, these, I'm not presenting these in any particular order. I'm guesstimating what order they'll be in. So while they're not in any official order yet, this is my best estimation of what order the fights will happen in. First up, we have a flyweight bout between Mana Akagi and Boss Haruka Suzuki. Akagi comes in at 0-1. Boss is making her debut. Mana lost her pro debut via submission to Hitomi Taniyama at Deepjewels 39 back on November 22nd. I don't have the ages or any other info for these two, so I remember watching Mana's fight, but I don't remember anything that happened in it. And Boss, of course, she's making her pro debut, so you got a couple of newer fighters here, and in the flyweight division, which is great because Deepjewels really needs to grow that division after that flyweight tournament they held last year, because they got to build up some prospects and contenders in that flyweight division. So it's good that they're doing this. Next up, we have a bantamweight bout. Te Murayama taking on Juicy Sayako Hishinuma. TA comes in with a record of 2-3. Juicy is 1-2. TA last fought at Deepjewels 38 in September. She dropped a unanimous decision to Aoi Kuriyama. Juicy last fought at Deepjewels 39 back in November. She dropped a submission loss to Yurina Horiguchi. Again, no age available for these two on Tapology. Just shouldn't be too bad. Personally, my money, if I was a betting man and was degenerate enough to bet on JMMA, I would put my money on TA to win this one. But I think she shows some promise as a fighter. Then we have a microweight bout. Kyoka Minagawa taking on Koyuki. Kyoka is 1-3. Koyuki is making her debut. No other information available for Koyuki. Kyoka is 25 years old. She's coming off of her first win via unanimous decision over Kimika Kawaguchi at Deepjewels 38 in September. Kyoka is significant in that she is officially the shortest fighter in Deepjewels. When we say microweight with her, she truly is a microweight fighter. We'll see if she gets it done against a debutante in Koyuki, and we'll see, what Koyuki is made of in this bout. Then we have an open weight bout. Open weight, ladies, open weight. Pochan Z taking on Super Benki Megumi Aoki, or maybe it's Mayumi Aoki. Pochan Z comes in with a record of 0-3. She's looking for her first win. Super Benkei coming in with a record of 6-10. No age available for Po Chan Z. Super Benki is 43. Po Chan is coming off of a decision loss to Marina Kumagai back at Deepjewels 35 in December of 2021. So it's been over a year since she last fought. However, Super Benki hasn't fought since Deepjewels 25 in September of 2019 when she took a TKO loss to Mao Ueda. So she's been long absent from the sport. So this is basically Deepjewels' last effort to get Po Chan Z a win. They want her to get a win. And so they brought out Super Benki, who's 43 years old with an upside down record and hasn't fought since 2019. And I think her last MMA bout before that was in like 2012, if memory serves me correctly. And she hasn't won in obvious over a decade, obviously. So Po Chan Z, she's known as an idol. She's like an idol in Japan, which can mean different things. It can mean like a singer, it can mean a model, it can mean a number of things. But she is a specialty idol in that she is a chubby idol. So Deepjewels is going after the chubby chasers for this with Po Chan Z here. So they hold out 43-year-old fighter who hasn't won in over 10 years because they're trying to get her a win. We'll see if it works out. Next, we have a strawweight bout. Eru Takebayashi taking on Hitomi Taniyama. Takebayashi coming in at 2-3. Taniyama 1-0. Let's see. No age available for Taniyama. Takebayashi is 19 years old. She's coming off of a split decision loss to Kate Oyama at Deepjewels 38 in September. Taniyama coming off of her pro debut. She won via submission against Mana at Deepjewels 39. This is kind of like a tune-up fight for Eru Takebayashi. She's had some popularity, but she's had some setbacks. I mean, she's currently 2-3, so her record's upside down. And Deepjewels is basically giving her like step backs in competition. Like they're trying to build her up a little bit here and get her back to her winning ways. At least that's what I think they're doing by putting her in against Hitomi Taniyama. So we'll see how she does. She's good on the feet, but man, when she gets taken down, she gets subbed. So we'll see what the young Eru Takebayashi can do. Then we have another microweight bout. Momoko Yamazaki taking on Akari Kamise. Kamise is making her debut, and that's all I can tell you about her. And Momoko is 3-3. She's coming in off of a decision loss to Mizuki Furuse back at Deepjewels 38. She's 30 years old. Probably going to be a win for Momoko here. I mean, she's not a great fighter, but 6 fight experience compared to making pro debut should be easy win for her. Should be in the operational word. We shall see. Either way, we get another microweight bout, and those are always interesting to watch just to see how tiny they are. Then we have a strawweight bout. Or oh, no, I'm sorry. This is 108 pounds, 49 kilograms. So catchweight bout, we'll say. Hikaru Aono taking on Kate Lotus Oyama. Aono coming in at 8-6. Kate Lotus coming in at 3-4. Aono last fought, she dropped a submission loss to Maria Risuda at Deepjewels 36 last March. Kate Lotus last fought at Deepjewels 38 in September. She picked up a split decision win over Eru Takebayashi. Kate Lotus is the younger fighter at 24. Hikaru Aono on the left there is 29. This is pretty much it for Hikaru Aono. she's fighting someone who is much less experienced than her, with an upside down record in Kate Lotus. Now, Kate started out as a flyweight, moved down to strawweight. Now she's moving down to 48 kilograms, which under Ryzen would make her a super atom weight. For Hikaru Aono, she's trying to get into the big show. She's trying to get into bigger fights. She really wants to fight in Ryzen. This is going to be it. She's got to get a win here. She's got to get her head in the game. She's got to show some improvement if she ever wants to get out of just fighting in Deepjewels all the time. We'll see if she can do it, or if Kate Lotus is going to even up her record with this one. Then we have a strawweight bout. Hime Namiko Kawabata moving back up to strawweight after fighting at 49 kilograms her last couple bouts, taking on Machi Fukuda. Hime coming in at 4-1. Mahi coming in at 1-0, coming in off of her pro debut. Let's see. Mahi coming in off of a unanimous decision win over Mika Arai at Deepjewels 39 in November, which was a very good win for her debut. I mean, Mika Arai, not a great fighter, but much more experienced. And Mahi came in and beat her to a decision. Hime coming in off of a TKO win over Yuko Kiryu, where she just destroyed her. I mean, just destroyed Yuko Kiryu at Deepjewels 38 in September. No age available for either of these fighters. This should be an interesting one. I mean, Mahi is coming in off of that win. Should have been, I mean, probably, yeah, I'd say she was counted out against Mika Arai. And then just did really well in that fight. Whereas Hime's moving back up to strawweight. She was big at 49 kilograms. Way too big at 49. I'm surprised she made the weight. And made it twice. Really surprising. She beat Saori Oshima, which was a nice win, although really it was just more like a size bullying thing. But then she beat Yuko Kiryu and just, I mean, bodied her. So this should make for an interesting bout here. This is one to look forward to. Then finally, we have what I assume will be the main event. It's a flyweight bout. The current champ, Rin Nakai, but in a non-title bout against Aoi Kuriyama, who's really popular down there in Osaka. Of course, this fight's in Tokyo, but Kuriyama always brings some fans with her all the way up from Osaka, which is nice to see. Anyway, Nakai coming in at 25-2-1. Kuriyama coming in at 4-4-1. So huge experience advantage to Rin Nakai. She's coming in off of a submission win over Shizuka Sugiyama in the finals of the Deepjewels flyweight tournament to crown the inaugural champion. That was at Deepjewels 37 last May. Kuriyama last fought at Deepjewels 39. She picked up a decision win over Shoko Fujita. Kuriyama is the younger fighter by 9 years. She's 27. Rin Nakai is 36. Should be a fairly easy win for Rin Nakai. I always say should be because you never know. It's MMA. Anything can happen. But yeah, it should be an easy win for her. Rin Nakai really wants to get back into the UFC above all else. Like, that's all she talks about on social media. She's got to get some better wins than Kuriyama. But at the same time, she also needs to get active and get active early in 2023. Because, I mean, she hasn't fought since last May. So she's got to get active in 2023. And if this is the best that you can get at home in Japan, then this is what you take. I'm not a big fan of it. It's basically, cam crushing. I'm not going to hide it. I mean, I'm not going to, give a lesser name to it. It's can crushing, it's record padding, but I mean, she's at a weight where aren't any opponents for her where she lives. And Deepjewels really doesn't have the money to fly in foreigners. So this is the best they can do. We'll see if Kuriyama, though, can upset the apple cart. She, if I remember correctly, I think it was her, Aoi Kuriyama, that almost upset Shizuka Sugiyama en route to the finals in the flyweight tournament. So we'll see if she can do well against Rin Nakai, although I doubt it. But after this, Rin Nakai, she has new management now. She has an American management firm for now. So after this, we'll see if she can get some fights stateside, maybe, which would definitely be the bigger help in getting her into the UFC. So that is it. Deepjewels 40 goes down February 18th at Shinjuku Face. As more details come out, it's going to be an online pay-per-view for like $15 probably. And it's not a bad event. It was lacking some headline power until they brought in Rin Nakai versus Kuriyama. So I held off on announcing this because I wanted to see if they would give it some more star power. Overall, though, it's not a bad event at all. So as it gets closer, I'll do a bit more of a preview on it. And so keep an eye out on that. Anyway, till next time, that's all I really have. If you like the vid, give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. While you're at it, go ahead, subscribe to Wmma Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.